Thanks for clicking on the video. Like, subscribe, and share if you find this useful or interesting. So, a couple of videos ago in the last working session, we got to here. And in the last episode, I explained that this is our goal. And we're going to take this lump here and we're going to turn it into that. And then so in the last video, I talked about the kinds of steps we'll be running into along the way. Today, let's just do it. So first of all, I showed this completely 3D way of controlling the edges. That's nice. But right now, we want to make this into a library object, which is the cap on the bottom, and fairly simple curves. So I don't want these things anymore. I just want to go back to whatever the original curve was. So let me look in here. And I look at the primary setup, control polygons, and say, hey, okay, I want to go back to this polygon here, not the 3D one. So, and what that means is that I will be updating the curves. I need to put this curve back on here, and I also need to put these control grids back on this polygon here. So I'm going to leave the grids hidden. I'm going to hide the final surfaces, and right here, I'm just going to delete that. Okay, I delete this, and 3 objects are going to break. Control grid for 2 control grids and 1 cubic curve, and I will be reconnecting them to this polygon. Okay, so this control grid, property view, data, it is missing a poly because I just deleted it. So I open the link editor, select this one, okay, it's happy. Let's see, then, is there another one? Let's see, then I do this curve here, this guy, update, okay, it's fine, and then there was, here's the other control grid. Here's the other control grid that was unhappy, and so I go here, link editor, reselect the old control polygon. Okay, because this control polygon being flat is just more appropriate for a library object. Okay, so here we are. Don't want to look at these control polygons right now. I want to look at my final surfaces. I want to put a cap on the bottom. So let's look at the cut points. I'm going to put these 2 cut points the same as these 2, right? Because we're going to have the same thing up and down. So we no longer want to have this drag all the way to the bottom. So what values am I using right now? It should be 0.25 and 0.75. Yep, sure it is. So first I'm going to move this one here up to 0.75. Because if I move the lower one first, then it would have crossed over, and you can't cross over. And then here, 0.25. Okay. So what I need to do now is I need to create the full face. Let me show you. Before I can do the blending and the corners on the bottom, I need to give it a full face like this one. Let's see, I want it to be pointing outside when I look at it in this view. So in this view, I'm going to look at the control polygons, and I'm going to make a grid for this bottom face, and I have to go counterclockwise. So I'm going to pick this guy, then this guy, and this guy, then this guy. Use the normal 4x4 grid, which I need to start with. As soon as I have it, I'm going to apply a flow grid to it, hide the original grid, select this, give it a surface, go to view, make it 50% transparent. Now, I'm going to hide the grid. I'm going to hide all the control polygons. I'm going to hide the full curves here because what I need to do now is I need to cut up this face into the little pieces I need for blending. So where are these things? They are in the blending setup. I need the curve middles and I need the curve corners. Okay. And I'm going to select them. I'm going to select the full edge of the surface, 3 of these edges, 3 more edges, and then I'll apply this tool here. Now here there's no ideal way to pick the curves, to say which side is the leader side and which side is the follower side. But as long as the points are all linked, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to pick this face. I'm saying, I'm just going to pick the point that have the red leader, the edges that have the red leader points. I still want to go counterclockwise, so I click this face and then control here, 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 here. Okay, and then apply this tool, and I got my 5 pieces. Right off the bat on this guy, I put a surface right back. And I don't need to set transparency on that. As a matter of fact, I can now hide the main surfaces. I don't need to look at the point on curve cuts. I don't need to look at the corners or the metals. What do I need to keep moving here? And I don't need to look at this face right now. Okay. So to do the edge blends, I need pieces of the grid of these surfaces that reach towards the bottom. They will be under edge grids to blend. And because they're all the way at the bottom and we started building everything from the bottom, they just happen to be the 4 bottom grids. So that's all I have to turn on. Now that I have all the pieces, I'm going to do my best to go back to my order of doing things, which is top, front, bottom left corner. When I look at it from the top, I start from the bottom left corner, so I go counterclockwise from the top view. You have to break this rule when you're looking at just the bottom face or just the top face, but you want to go back to it as often as you can, and now I can. So I take, and I want to go from the bottom to the top. So I'm actually going to start from the flat face on the bottom and then go up this way, so that when I'm building blend grids, I start from the bottom and go up, or I go counterclockwise. So I pick this one and then this one, and I try to be consistent in how I do that. Okay, so I pick these 2, the bottom one, and then the one that goes up. Make one of these grids. I still have the 2 grid pieces selected. I hit spacebar, they are hidden. Then I go here. The one on the bottom, the one going up the side, apply the tool, spacebar to hide the inputs. This guy here, this guy here, apply the tool, spacebar to hide the inputs. This guy here, apply the tool, spacebar to hide the inputs. I can also just go ahead and hide this grid that I used to create the restored surface here. So now I have all 4 edge blending grids. Select this one, and I'm going to apply a 6-4 surface to it. Hit the down arrow, surface, hit the down arrow, surface, hit the down arrow, surface. Okay. And now I need to fill in the corners. Go back to the front. I start on this corner and I go counterclockwise. The pieces I need are this way, so I'll actually do this one first and then finish up this one last. And I want to build these also counterclockwise. So I'm going to pick this edge here, this grid here, put a 6x3 subgrid. Sorry. Because we're building the preview quick blends, we work from the surfaces, not from the grids, which is nice. I'm just going to hide all these grids. So pick this one, 6x3 subgrid, this one, 6x3 subgrid, this one, 6x3 subgrid. I have it right in front of me, so I'm going to pick these 3 subgrids counterclockwise, add the full grid, add the surface, and then move on to the next one. Over here, I want to move counterclockwise, so I'm going to go this way. Here, 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 here. I'm going to pick the first one, second one, third one, make a grid, make a full grid, select the grid in the middle, make that surface. Notice that this color is still the default color of the main surfaces. I'm going to manually change it to this purple color. And here, counterclockwise, here to here, here to here, here to here. The first one, second one, third one. Oop. I missed the second one in my pick. I could see that it wasn't highlighted. So I'm going to delete that object. Here, here, here. Full grid. Select that grid. Triple surface. And keep going. This guy, this guy. Here, this guy, this guy. Here, this guy, this guy. Here. First one, second one, third one, full grid, triple surface. Yeah, I'm not going to increase the quality on these because I'm actually going to lower the quality on the entire thing so that it becomes fast to edit. So I'm not going to worry about that. But let's see, but I will change the color. So these surfaces, I'm creating these things fast and I'm going to sort them as a group. What I want to change the color on is these cubic end star surface. 1, 2, 3, 4. The color I want is this guy, I believe. Yep, that looks right. Okay, so let's sort everything out. Let's see, what is this? This is a control grid 4.4. It goes in my primary setup. Control grid 4.4s. This is a control grid 4.4 flow. I have a folder for that right here. Close that up. Cubic surface 4.4. This is a primary full surface that goes all the way up to the main curves. And it goes right here in cubic surface 4.4s under primary curves and surfaces. Hide that and also quickly hide the grids from the primary setup. Then here, I've got 5 grids. They're not exact, they're the same type of object, but they're used differently. If you remember, the one in the center is called a grids to restore. And the next 4 are edge grids to blend. Let me check all of these together. Grids to restore, that's in the middle of the overall surface. Edge grids to blends, those are the pieces that touch the outside curve. What do I have after that? This is the piece of surface that I put on the restored grid. That is part of my final surfaces. And it has its folder called restored surfaces. Put that in here. Then these 4 here, these are blended edge grids. Right here. Blended edge grids. Blended edge grids, put that in here. Okay. I'm not going to hide these final surfaces, but these blended edge grids, show them all, hide them all, good. Then here, these are my blended edge surfaces. I have a folder for that right here. And I'm not going to hide them. Then here, now I'm going to select things in groups of 4 because I was working on one corner at a time doing multiple operations. These subgrids, they are of the type subgrid 6.3, but I've been grouping all of those in here whether they are of the type subgrid 3.3 or subgrid 6.3, which just goes into corner subgrids. Corner subgrids, okay. And then I have more. I have 1, 2, 3. Wait, did I do that right? Did I select? Let's see, how many did I just add in here? Let me double check. I just added 3. That's fine. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay. So now I'm going to skip these two. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And all of these are just more of these corner subgrids. So in here, show them all, hide them all. And now here, these 4 grids are corner blended grids. Did I separate them into 2 folders? Like, no, I have control grid 6.6 by 4 subs and control grid and star 6.6 in the same folder. So I'm just going to take all of these, dump them in here. Show them all. Remember, this is also a corner because this is corner where curves meet. And there just happens to be 4 curves, so it looks like a uniform surface that continues. But it's corner in the same sense that this is a corner. This one has 4 lines meeting, and it uses one type of grid. This one has 3 lines meeting, and it uses a different type of grid. I'll hide them all. And all that's left here, these 4 surfaces, these are part of my final surfaces. These are corner blend surfaces. Okay. So that is, we have completed all the faces for this object. Let's stop right here. And next we will resize it, tweak the sketches a little bit to make them very generic, and then we'll dump it into the utilities folder. All right, catch you next time.